Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 2021 New Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. Let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Virgo be affected by the November 2021 new moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. No. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Sun and we have the Magician. So this is beautiful. We have a sense of power and beauty and prosperity coming in. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And the Magician says, as above, so below. As we believe it, so it becomes. Then we have the Hangman, the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. So if we have Gemini energy within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully in our inner self. But also if we have Geminis within our life. And then we have Leo. So if we have Leo in our natal chart or Leos within our life, they're coming through very powerfully also in our inner self. We then have the Seven of Cups, the Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So if we have Sagittarius in our natal charts, in our lives, they're coming through very powerfully, affecting us emotionally. And then we have the Empress. We have the Lovers coming through again, very strong Gemini energy here. And the Hermit, which is us, Virgo. We're represented by the Hermit in the Major Arcana. There we go. In the Major Arcana, we're represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. So we're going to be coming through very powerfully with what we love, really coming forward, but also with Gemini energy, very strong connection with Gemini energy during this time. It could be the it could be, the duality of this time, what we're seeing, what we're understanding, the way that we want to move forward. We can feel the sacred feminine very strongly in our lives and the sacred masculine very strongly in trying to work out that balance. We have only Major Arcana cards in the public arena, only Major Arcana cards in the private arena, right, in our inner selves, and we have just one Minor Arcana card in this whole entire reading. The rest are Major Arcana cards. So this is a heavy hitting time. At the root, here, this is only a Major Arcana deck. So we have only Major Arcana cards, but that's to be expected. But in every other deck, they're all the 78 cards. So there's complexity and intricacy to be seen, but here it's all heavy hitting cards. And the only kind of like shading during this time is going to be our dreams, is going to be what we want, what we desire, what we're looking for, what we're looking towards, what dreams we're fixating on, what dreams we're not letting into our life. So do be aware of that. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Is the Princess of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a sense of people manipulating words. And it's going to be somebody who is not going to be as good at the manipulation of the words as they think they are. So do be aware of this, but we're also going to be very drawn to people who tell us what we want to hear. I mean, who isn't? But we have to be very mindful of what they're actually saying, the underbelly of everything, and not just seeing the glistening, kind of shininess that they're portraying, but seeing everything, because the underbelly is not going to be good. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Is rebirth. This is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. And there's a sense here of where we're reborn. We're reborn in the connection that we have with the earth. We're reborn in what we desire and what we want, in the way that we're moving forward. We're going to see a transformation during this time. Now, this is a complex time. The new moon is in Scorpio. So it says here, work through our fears. And that's going to be one of the main things that we're doing during this time. We're working through our fears, but we're also seeing things in a very different light than we have before. The new moon always is the sun conjunct the moon, which always represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. We see this burst of energy for our insightfulness, our intuitiveness. We also see this burst of energy in this balancing of ourselves, which comes through very much in our hearts, and also, in the public and private arena here. We're going to see ourselves balancing, gaining an understanding, gaining a sense of who we are and where it is that we want to be. The new moon is the best time for beginnings and for endings. And this is going to be the same for us. There's going to be beginnings that are had here. There's going to be things that need to get done that we've been putting off. And there are going to be things that need to be finished that we've been putting off that are going to come to a head during this time. And the thing is, this new moon is opposite Uranus. So this brings out the struggle for independence. This brings out kind of this sense of, I need my voice to be heard. I need myself to be moving forward. I need to be looking at the bigger picture. And this brings everything to a forefront in a way that we're not usually used to. So everybody's used to kind of sweeping things under the rug, right? I'm not going to look at it, we're not going to talk about it. Everything's fine. Just smiles and fine. Just smiles and fine. And this time it's not smiles and fine. This time is taking what we're afraid of, taking what has been holding us back, and all of a sudden things are just like boom, like they just explode in our face. Things become changed. Is that the right way to say this? No. Change is around us. Chaos is around us. Things become chaotic, and they bring forward sudden and unexpected change. We are all looking for ourselves during this time. We're looking to identify ourselves. We're looking to find out who exactly it is that we are, what exactly it is that we want, and everyone is demanding to see themselves. And so this is going to be a time where we're just surprised at the things that come to the table. We're going to be surprised at the way people are asserting themselves and the way things are moving forward, even the way we're asserting ourselves and moving forward. So do be aware of this. We need to keep an open mind and not to be so hard on ourselves. Just kind of make adjustments for this time, knowing that things are going to be thrown off course in a very real way. We also need to understand that we need to try new and exciting things. We need to step out of our comfort zone. That's going to be very important for us. Now, luckily, we have Mercury sextile Venus coming forward during this time, which brings harmony. And as harmony is brought, it starts to balance the new moon opposite Uranus, which just brings chaos and discord. And we're trying to figure everything out. And so here, with Mercury sextile Venus, it helps to center the chaos. It helps for us to become aware. It also helps for us not to be overwhelmed, and this time can become very overwhelming. Mercury sextile Venus also brings love, friendship, cooperation, and compromise forward. It brings people together when when the new moon opposite Uranus can tear people apart. So that's going to be something to very much be aware of. The stars during this time are quite interesting. We have the constellation of the Crown, which heightens our artistic ability, brings a love for flowers. So having fresh cut flowers in our house, or even, fake flowers in our house, are going to be just soothing to us. We're going to find ourselves very drawn to florals. And just even outside, walking around, if we live in the northern hemisphere in a colder climate, just taking in the flowers before everything goes kind of white and gray for the winter. That's going to be very important. Now, also with the crown, there comes mental weariness and disillusionment. It's kind of like we've been carrying too much of a burden. The crown, though it seems to be all glitters and sparkliness and beautifulness, we're going to find that all that glitters isn't gold. And that's going to be something that we're very aware of during this time. With the fixed star Alphecca, in the constellation of the crown, there is the nature of Venus and Mercury that is heightened. Okay, Alphecca is of the nature of Venus and Mercury, which already comes forward with Mercury sextile Venus. So the planet's influence is heightened. Now, Alphecca brings with it honor and dignity and enhances our artistic and poetic ability. So that's going to be really quite beautiful. The constellation of the cross gives us perseverance, but it can also bring with it burdens and hardship and suffering. Within the constellation of the cross comes the fixed star Arcus. Now, Arcus is of the nature of Jupiter, bringing religious and spiritual inclinations. We're inclined towards ceremonies and justice. We're inclined towards beautiful ancient things. Also, we're going to find that we're really connecting with ancient wisdom, ancient spirituality, and that's going to be very powerful for us, as well as the sense of magic in the world. Now, we're not necessarily talking about magic, but if we are inspired that way, then, of course, what we're all talking about here is seeing the beauty within the world, kind of slowing ourselves down to be one with the earth again, to connect with nature again. The sun shines within us. The sun shines, the beauty comes forward, and we have a sense of power around us. Will people take us by eyes? Always. When the sun shines within us, especially at our root, especially as a grounding element, we get to have people be jealous. We get to have people, look at us and say, well, why not me? And what we have to do is just embrace the sun shining within us, embrace the passion leading us forward, embrace ourselves being guided towards something more than we expected. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. And when we have the happiest card in the deck paired with us finding our voice, embracing what we desire, standing before the altar of our existence and saying, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I'm going. And this is what I desire from my life. It becomes a game changer. We're also finding ourselves embracing our elemental factors. The earth, what grounds us, what nurtures us, the water, again, what nurtures us, but also our emotions and the fact that things run deeper than we realize. The fire, what warms us, but also what inspires us. The air, what fills our lungs, what keeps us going. We're going to find that we're embracing the elemental aspect of who we are, where we want to be, and what we desire for our life. There is the sense here of, as we stand before the altar of our existence, as we embrace our magic, as we claim our power, we claim strength. And strength here, we're going to think, okay, it's brute force strength. It's absolutely demanding and determining what needs to be done. But Spirit's saying here, it's the strength of the heart. It's the strength of compromise of spirit. It's the strength of love. It's the strength of compassion. It's the strength of understanding. It's understanding that we could be standing next to this big muscly person, and standing next to them can be this little old person. And that little old person can have more strength than the big muscly person will ever have. Because it's strength of the heart, it's strength of what we desire, it's strength of the way that we're moving ourselves forward. It's a game-changing strength. And it doesn't come because we demand it. It becomes part of our lives because we're accepting, because we're embracing love, because there's understanding here. And that's where the passion comes back into our lives. We're connecting with the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. We're connecting with what we love and desire. We're connecting with the fact that we haven't been seeing what we love and desire a lot lately. And we're recentering ourselves in that passion, in that understanding, in that magic of this world, as we stand before the altar of our existence, saying that my beauty comes, my tenacity comes, my brilliance comes from being able to embrace this aspect of myself, to be able to be strong when others are weak, to be able to be fair when others are egotistical or selfish, to be able to understand what I need, what I desire, and what I love to move me forward, to embrace where I need to go and how I need to move within my life. And it moves us to the Hangman. It moves us to seeing things quite differently. We also need to know that when love comes in, when strong Gemini energy comes in, it's not only saying, this is what I love within my life, but it's also letting us know that being loved, yes, is important, but we can't be loved by everybody. We're not even going to be liked by everybody. More people are probably going to dislike us than like us, and most are going to be indifferent. So here, it's understanding that what I love within my life that gets to be what guides me. But everybody else's opinion, that gets to be left to the side. That doesn't get to be the defining fact anymore. Because that's one of the lessons that Gemini has to learn. It's a sense of, I can embrace love, but I don't have to be loved by everybody. And that's going to be something that's a little bit difficult for us during this time. Then we have the Hangman. We see things differently. We just see things differently. It's going to be overwhelming at times. It can be out of our comfort zone. But all of a sudden, we're going to start to see things in a different light. We're going to start to embrace the fact that we don't fit in. And that's not going to be something we think, oh, it has to be changed. We're going to say, oh, well, maybe I'm just not supposed to fit in here. Or maybe I have this idea and they have this idea, and that's okay. And as everything is changing and as I am changing, we start to embrace our dreams. We start to embrace what we've put on the shelf, what we've hidden away within our hearts. And it's like, okay, well, how do I have those dreams come forward now? How do I embrace what I love? How do I embrace what I need? How do I embrace my passion and my insight and my ideas and open up that door to who I am? Dreams start coming forward in a very real way. And there are going to be a lot of things that we even forgot. We're going to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't remember that. I haven't thought about that in ages. Now we're starting to think about it again. Now we're starting to be inspired by it. And it moves us to this place of balance. It moves us to this place of harmony, but it moves us also into going deeper and deeper emotionally to say, what do I want? Where do I need to be? How do I need to move forward? What is it that I love? What is it that I want for my life? What is it that inspires me? And as we find this balance, as we're balancing, our emotions, and as we're balancing our logic, and as we're finding that the cups are always moving, that nothing is spilling, but everything is being gained, and we're gaining this understanding, it moves us to the Empress. It moves us to claiming our throne, claiming our voice, claiming our insight, claiming our ideas. And we're claiming a voice we didn't know we lost. We're claiming a passion we forgot that we had. And all of a sudden, it's like, I'm finding me again. I'm stepping into me. I'm learning about me. I'm embracing who it is that I am. And that leads us to, again, falling in love. And people are going to sit there and be like, Virgo, look at your passion. Look at your way of looking at things. It's different. It's innovative. It's so much more than what other people are bringing to the table. Embrace it. Embrace it, because this inspiration doesn't come around all the time. And we're going to find ourselves being able to be inspired, being able to look at things differently, being able to open up that door in a very real way. And as the passion comes, and as the inspiration comes, and as the power comes, we step more and more into ourselves. We step more and more into our inspiration, into what we desire, into what we want. And as we do so, we find the wisdom that is us. We step away from the noise and the clutter and the chaos of the world, and we step into who we are, where it is that we want to be, what it is that inspires us, what it is that moves us forward. And we find a centering, we find a quiet within us that brings us harmony, that brings us passion, that brings us ideas that we didn't have before. And it's not going to come by being in the center of everything. It's going to come by being in the center of ourselves and seeing ourselves openly, honestly, and powerfully. It moves us to see what the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. At our root, it says a fiery climax approaches. Wisdom. Handle this approach, handle this fire, handle this intensity with wisdom, which is what we are embracing in our inner self. And here it comes in our public arena self. Here it comes through at our root. As we are embracing the sun, as the sun shines within us, as we have this magic, as we stand before the altar of our existence and claim what is rightfully ours, the wisdom comes forward, the ideas come forward. It moves us then to confidence is our key to success. Amplifying the Leo energy here within our inner self. Action. Confidence is our key to success. Take action. Take action with confidence. Take action with determination. Believe in the impossible. Protection. This moon protects us. It is time to believe in the impossible. It's time to open up the doors. It's time to go for that adventure. It's time to embrace what is needed, even if that adventure is a small one. It's time to say, I stand within me. I stand within my power. I stand within my insight. I stand within my ideas. And as I do so, I show the world the real me, because I hunger for my authenticity. I hunger for who I truly am to come forward in passion, in wisdom, in beauty, and in complexity. It brings us to our subconscious Luna message, which says, bring love to the situation. Now we have the full moon in Aquarius. We have the new moon in Aquarius coming forward. Aquarius energy is going to be very strong here too. Creation. Bring love into the situation. We also have Gemini energy coming up, the lovers coming up twice. Bringing love into the situation is what we absolutely need. Creation. Then we start to create. Then we start to cultivate. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Princess of Pentacles. Now this can be us, most definitely. We have immature energy here to be mindful of. We can be swept up in that, especially when we're moving towards a place of maturity and a place of responsibility and passion and power and insight and ideas. We can be swept away by kind of the fun and easy way of going. So just be aware of that. That can very much be a case here. But it's also saying be mindful of money, be mindful of how we're moving forward with our prosperity, with our wealth, with what we desire within our lives, and where we want to be. We're also going to be very taken in by people who have new innovative ideas. They might not be as new or as innovative as we think. So make sure you research things. Our subconscious chakra energy is the heart chakra, and it's the inner child. Whenever the inner child comes forward, I love to do the exercise of just visualizing yourself with your arms open and the child that you once were at your most vulnerable. And it doesn't matter the age that you were when you were your most vulnerable, running into your arms and you being able to say, I love you. I see you. I'm here for you. I protect you. I always have your back. I will always be there for you. And that becomes the game changer. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, which is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is Taurus energy, but it's embracing our power. It's embracing what we desire within our lives. We have the Sun, which is the happiest card, right? We have the Magician, which is spiritually claiming the altar of what we want. And we have the Hierophant, who in the medieval world was the most powerful, more powerful than the emperor, more powerful than kings and queens. So here we're going to find ourselves embracing power. At our root is power, insight, ideas, ways of moving forward that we hadn't thought of before. But we have to stay true to who we are and what it is that we really want from our lives. Our subconscious inner self is the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, prosperity, success, the end of a cycle, but also a wealth that lasts for generations, a prosperity that we might be born into. For some of us, it could be an inheritance coming forward, but for others of us, it's, how we talk about generational curses, and, people bring those up a lot. Well, these are generational blessings. This is a sense of being blessed. This is the sense of our ancestors watching over us, taking care of us, us being told to try something new, to embrace prosperity, to embrace success, to see ourselves as successful. And this success, this wealth, it doesn't have to be that our coffers are filled and that we get to have this huge inheritance to pass on to people. What it means is that we're giving energy into the world that the world desperately needs, and that changes the game for so many. Our subconscious emotional message is the Three of Cups. We have to stop focusing on the people that can never be pleased, the people who raise their cup to us and yet will never celebrate us. Some people in life will never be pleased. They leave behind scars, and we just have to acknowledge that. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self, and it's the Two of Cups. It's unity and healing. It's unity and healing and love and passion and a sense of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine coming together. It's the Minor Arcana Lovers card. We have the Major Arcana Lovers card here. Now we have the Minor Arcana Lovers card. It's falling in love with our lives. It's falling in love with what we need. It's embracing that love and that passion and that insight. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the beauty of this new moon. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo, and may you have a blessed moon.